Yes, my people, a little bit of a late one, but let's get it cracking. So, in terms of gold, this is 3 o'clock, as you guys already know. 3 o'clock right there. And if we go to more on the chart, I mean, you could say that price is bullish because you could also say that price is bearish. But in terms of where we've come from, we made this low here, took out that low, we took out this high. So essentially, that could be my 1, 2, 3, 4, and then potential 5. Looks like we're tapping into this area here. So claiming to look for longs would have made sense, but based off our low time frame, if this is my weak low, protected low, and this is my weak high, and we've come from this market structure break, we can see that price is bearish, right? Because price is making low high, lower low, lower high, lower low, potentially lower high, and then potentially lower low. So that's by me being able to identify that, I can look for potential shorts. So when I went down to my 5 minute time frame, you can see that if you look at our most previous zone, we had this area from this low to this high, and price tapped the 618, gave us a double top, and obviously price has gone back down. Obviously, if you entered this, if you maybe hopped on a little bit earlier, then maybe you could have caught this shorts, where obviously your stop would be at this high here, and then your stop at the bottom here, or you aim for 1 to 1. But that wasn't the case for us because where we hopped on, price potentially has already played out. But when we look at our time frame or look at our swings, what did the price do? Create a low, a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, create a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So essentially, price had flipped bearish, and then now in this area here, so you have bigger SPS by the way here. Where this would be a 1, that's your 2, that's your 3, price went 4, 5. But then essentially, if you're looking for the continuation, we had our first flip here, and then we had a confirmed flip here. However, the only thing probably stopping me from taking a trade is the SMA. But essentially, this could be your 1, that could be your 2, this could be your 3, 4, 5. I don't know, obviously, does price sweep? Let's double check. Yeah, price sweeps. And then obviously, that could be your trade that takes you lower. For us here, we wouldn't been able to take the trade, but if we got onto my 1 minute, we can see how on our 1 minute, price is actually below the SMA. I mean, above hovering, we've just come above, but we swept obviously this area here. We tapped into this area here, where we now just mitigated. So we tapped this last up down candle or series of up down, and we've now just mitigated 50% of this area of supply and demand. And you can see for yourself how price reacts down. So me being bearish for the day would have made a lot of sense. So as I let price play out, okay, so price shoots straight up, straight up. What's going on? Yeah, so price shot straight up, and there was news, actual news, not trading news, but actual news. But if we look at things from a higher time frame, we can clearly see that this is my protected low, this is my protected high, and obviously this is our market structure break from here. Obviously we had this area here where price tapped into it and it fell to make a new higher high. So I knew that this area was a weak low. What happened? Price liquidated these lows, and what did we end up doing? We came back to this area here where we tapped in this area here, gave us a double bottom, and look, price shoots back up, and we can see that we have a RSI over here, and price now pushes higher. So in terms of you looking for a trade based off your higher time frame, which is the 1 hour, obviously price is going to take much more longer to commit, but essentially we are still looking for the same things that help us take this trade higher or lower. And potentially if you use the 1 hour chart, then this potentially could be a winner for you. And obviously draw it from this low to this high. You can see how we just come back to tap the 618 very nicely. And these are not things that I make up, these are just things that happen over and over again. So now obviously that could be your entry from here, stop at the bottom of this low, and obviously take profit 1 there, and you come close to take profit 2, where you potentially might move your stop to break even or move your stop at a 1R. So that's it for gold. The only proper trade was this one here, I believe, if I'm going to be fully honest. But you would have had to go to your 1 hour chart to get it. Yeah, you'd have had to go on your 1 hour chart to get it. I mean, you could also say that this is your 2. So it'll be 1, 2, 3 for obviously price sweeps. So whatever way you see it, this was the only proper trade that you could have potentially called today. Besides that, it would have been really hard to catch a trade. There wasn't much going on. And now I'll go over to NQ. Obviously for NQ, I would say that price was bearish based off my I would say that price was bullish based off my 1 hour time frame, but you could say that price is in a pullback phase once again, where we took out these highs. We can even use these highs, doesn't really matter, but we took out these highs, and right now we're just in a pullback leg. But essentially that could be a 1, this could be a 2, this could be a 3, 4, 5. So essentially, this could be the trade that you look, which might help you to take this trade higher or lower. And obviously fib from the low to high. You can see price at the 618 very nicely. We might be potentially respecting the 200 SMA, and hopefully price shoots back up. So if you're looking for longs in this situation, I don't blame you. However, if you was also looking for shorts based off your 15-minute time frame, I also don't blame you, because we had this area from this high to this low, and we can clearly see that we have our 1, we have our 2, we have our 3, 4, and 5. Only thing that will probably stop me from taking a trade is potentially the SMA, but you can see how from 2 different time frames it gives you 2 different things. So depending on how you want to frame your bias, frame what you're looking for the day, things might be different for you. So if I go to my 5-minute chart, we can see that we were bearish. Overall we are still very bearish. And if you just let price play out, so this is the only trade that potentially you could have caught. This is the only trade. So within this external zone here, internally, this is SBS, where this candle could have been your 1, this candle could have been your 2, 3. Obviously we've just we don't sheep on this one. 4, 5 on MNQ we do, but standard, obviously we don't quite sweep here, but on MNQ I remember we do. Which is okay. So we missed this one, but either way, what happens? Price, yeah, we just missed it on this one, but price mitigates the 50% at least. But also we end up tapping this area of supply and demand here, and let me go to 1 minute. Yeah, so in terms of on the 1 minute, obviously it's supposed to be a little bit different, right? This is your one, this is your 2, 3, 4, 5. So obviously SPS will be a little bit different on the 1 minute, but essentially you'd have entered, and then let me just go on the 1 minute, see if we can get a flip. Yeah, so we actually do. Yeah, so we actually do sweep. So we do come back to sweep it. Tap obviously this area here, and yeah, we can see that price dumps. You only get a flip now. Yeah. See that price play out. So even here, to be fair, I don't know how you'd have traded this, but you even get yourself a 618 entry. And obviously price comes close to your 1.6R, but your 1-to-1 does hit there, and obviously price starts making its way back up, liquidates people again. But you guys get the gist in terms of what we was looking for, and you can see how this trade is now a winner, and price just shoots back up. But if you go to our higher time frame once again, we can see that obviously price was here. SBS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and obviously we tap to this last down up movement. We tap this big fractal, however you want to see it. We were rejected off the 200 SMA really nicely. We basically had a double bottom in a way, but we also had a second sweep here, or a failure swing, and obviously price has now shot straight back up. So yeah, so in terms of if you're looking for longs based off your 1 hour time frame, if you're looking for shorts at the time, and obviously price has already flipped now, you would have also been partially correct. Yeah, so today was one of them days where if you didn't take a trade, don't blame me. If you did take a trade and you won, well done. If you got caught at break even, well done. If you had a losing trade but you didn't lose too much and you're able to live to trade another day, also well done, guys. I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah, that's it for me today, guys. It is a late one. It's 2:30 a.m. right now in the UK, but I'm wishing you guys a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. And always remember, guys, that victory belongs to the most tenacious. Peace, guys. Have a good night.